Alright, so today we're going to solve problem number 9 in our General Chemistry Solved Problem series. And on this problem, we're going to determine the molecular formula of a compound. So let us read problem number 9. A compound has the following percent composition. Carbon is 40%, hydrogen is 6.67%, and oxygen is 53.3%. Its molecular weight is 60. Derive its molecular formula. Okay, so as you can see, I already put here the elements involved in our problem, carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, direct from the periodic table. This is because we are going to need a periodic table in solving this problem to determine the atomic mass of every element. Okay, so in order not to take time in looking at the periodic table, I already took it and put it here for our reference. Okay, so let us first determine our requirement. Okay, so in this problem, we are required to determine the molecular formula of the compound. Okay, let us write our given values so that we'll have a quick reference of it. So we have carbon. Okay, sorry, I'm going to put that in white. So we have carbon, which is 40%. We have hydrogen, which is 6.67%. And we have oxygen, which is 53.3%. Okay, so although it is not mentioned here, but we are going to consider that all of this is percent by mass. Okay, so before we proceed with our solution, let us talk about the strategy that we're going to use in order to solve this type of problem. Okay, so for this type of problem, what you have to do is to determine the empirical formula first. So if you already solved problem number 7 and problem number 8, so it means you are already aware how to get the empirical formula of a compound. But after that, you need to use the molecular weight to determine or to derive the molecular formula. Alright, so since these are expressed in percent by mass, so the easiest way to solve this is to work on our problem using the mass. Okay, so let us have our basis first. Okay, so since this is in percent by mass, so let us have our basis as 100 grams of the compound. The next step that we're going to do is to determine the mass of every element. Okay, so since we have a basis of 100 gram of a compound, so numerically it will be the same as the values that we have here, and we have shown that to the previous problems that we solved, right? So let us determine the mass of every element. Okay, so the mass of carbon is equal to 40 grams. The mass of hydrogen is equal to 6.67 grams. And the mass of oxygen is equal to 53.3 grams. Alright, so the next step is to determine the number of moles of our elements. Okay, so let us start by determining the number of moles of carbon. Okay, so you can do that by dividing the mass of the carbon to the atomic mass of the carbon. Okay, so on this problem we have 40 grams of carbon. Okay, and we're going to divide that to its atomic mass. So for every 1 mole of carbon, we have, based from our periodic table, we have 12 grams of carbon. Okay, so in here, our unit for grams of carbon will be cancelled out. Okay, so let us use our calculator. So we have 40 divided by 12. So we have 3.333. Okay, so next is to determine the number of mole of hydrogen. So in this problem, we have 6.67 grams of hydrogen. Then we're going to divide that to its atomic mass. So for every 1 mole of hydrogen, we have also 1 grams of hydrogen, right? So we have 1 gram of hydrogen. So our unit per gram of hydrogen will be cancelled out. So what's left is the mole of hydrogen. So here we have 6.67 moles of hydrogen. Okay, for number of moles of oxygen, so we have 53.3 grams of oxygen. So divide that to its atomic mass. So for every 1 mole of oxygen, we have, based from our periodic table, we have 16 grams of oxygen. Okay, so we have 16 grams of oxygen. So our unit will be cancelled out. So what's left is the moles of oxygen. Okay, so we'll use our calculator. So we have 53.3 divided by 16. We have 3.33. Okay, so 3.33 mole of oxygen. Right, so if I'm going to write that, so we know that we have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, right? So if I'm going to write that in our compound here, for carbon I have 3.33, for hydrogen I have 6.67, and for oxygen I have 3.33. Okay, so as you know, we cannot write our compound like this. So we need to divide that to the lowest number. In this case, we have 3.33. Okay, so let's divide this by 3.33. This one as well, and this one. Okay, so in here, as you can see, for carbon and oxygen, it is just 3.33 divided by 3.33. So our answer here will be 1. And our answer here will be 1 as well. So we're just going to divide for our hydrogen. So we have 6.67 divided by 3.33, which is 2. Okay, so that means our answer here is 2. So our empirical formula is equal to carbon, H2, and O. Okay, so this is our empirical formula. But as you can see, our requirement is to determine the molecular formula. Okay, so we already determined the empirical formula based from our strategy. Now we're going to use the molecular weight to derive the molecular formula. So our molecular weight given is 60, right? As you can see here. So let us take note of that. Okay, so our molecular weight of the compound is equal to 60. Okay, so what we need to do is to determine the weight of one empirical formula. Okay, so what is the formula weight of one empirical formula here? Okay, so using our molecular weight or atomic weight from our periodic table, we can determine that. Okay, so for carbon we have 12, for oxygen we have 16, and for hydrogen we have 1. Okay, so how we will do that? I only have one carbon here, so that will be equal to 12 grams per mole. plus hydrogen, I have 2. So hydrogen is 1. So I will have 2 in here. Plus oxygen, I only have 1. So this will be 16. Okay, so our formula weight here is equal to 30 grams for every empirical unit. Okay, empirical formula unit, let's say. And our molecular weight will be in grams per mole. Now, we need to determine what is the empirical formula unit per mole. Okay, so to do that, you need to divide this. Okay, so we have our 60 gram mole divided by 30 grams per empirical formula unit. So from here, as you can see, the unit grams will be cancelled out. So our final unit here will be empirical formula unit per mole. Okay, so 60 divided by 30 is equal to 2. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is to use this empirical formula unit to get the molecular formula. So as you remember, our empirical formula is CH2O. Okay, so we have CH2O. So what we're going to do to get the molecular formula is to multiply this value to our empirical formula. So that means if we have CH2O, we'll multiply that by 2. So our molecular formula will be equal to carbon, which is 1, multiplied to 2 will be carbon 2. Hydrogen is 2, multiplied to 2 will be 4. And oxygen is 1, multiplied to 2 will be 2. So this will be our molecular formula. C2H4O2, which is letter C in our choices. Okay, so this is our final answer to this problem. Our molecular formula is C2H4O2.